Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void, and today we've got another Ketroc game for ya. I know it's been a while. I hit him up on Twitter, he sent me one, so go follow Ketroc on Twitter. Doesn't cost you anything. And on Twitch as well. I'll put both of those handles in the description. Pause the video right now, click on each of them, and hit follow. If you don't have Twitch, if you don't have Twitter, that's okay. Just follow him if you do. Alright, so top left-hand corner of Ephemeron, the latter edition. It is the red Terran player Ketroc playing under his barcode account. And in the bottom right-hand corner, it is the blue Protoss player IMYURI. I don't know what Yuri you are. Like, I understand there are different Yuris in the world, and there are just too many. Too many for me to have any idea who it is. Good luck JF says IMYURI. Perhaps good luck Japan Fun. Good luck Jiffy Fun. Possible there, too. Now, Ketroc is known for going Mass Raven. For a while there, though, I think he went for, like, Planetary Fortress rushes instead. So I'm interested to see what he's going to do here today. Is he going Command Center first? He is going blind Command Center first here, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, hang on. He's throwing it down here. What is happening? He's making it look like he wants to toss one here. The Engineering Bay. Is that enough to fool IMYURI into thinking that he got to cancel on a Command Center first play? Maybe. Maybe it is. This is some crazy mind games out of Ketroc. I'm enjoying this immensely thus far. So the forward command center that is almost scouted. Oh, does he get it? Ah! He almost saw it. He almost got into these bushes and saw what was happening, but he didn't. He turned around at the last second and did not see the command center. Oh, this game is about 4 inches from being very, very different at this point. Holy smokes. Forward pylon from IMYURI as well. One base Protoss. Making a Zealot. Is this the Max Packs build? I think it is. 2 forward gates. 1 gas. Pumping out Zealots. This is incredible. Holy smokes, Ketroc. Thank you for sending this replay if you're watching this. Alright, so barracks here in the main base. Probe still scouting around. It's like, what do you need this double gas for with 1 barracks and no expansion? And an engineering bay. Hang on a second. He scouted that. He knows that's an engineering bay. And here's the liftoff, and where's it going? Where's the command center going? I told you this is what Ketroc's been doing ever since they nerfed the Raven sort of into the ground for what Ketroc uses it for, right? Ketroc has used it in the past, definitely. Oh, Zealot, get under it. Get under it, Zealot. He sees, oh, he caught a glimpse of it, but the SCV is bait. The SCV is bait. The extra SCVs are here. What is happening right now? The answer is, but there's a command center. Over here, it's upgrading to a planetary fortress. What you gonna do about it? You can't kill it in time, not with 1 Zealot. Oh, the wall. Supply depot there. SCV still running around, trying to bait the Zealot into doing anything other than killing this SCV. Cancel. And escapes. Just barely escapes here. Walling off there, so no full surround is possible. Ketroc, this is great. Again, what Ketroc used to like to do is use Seeker Missile en masse to murder stuff and auto turret too, but Seeker Missile doesn't do any damage now. It is just the anti-armor missile is what they call it. They renamed it too. And as a result, it's Mass Raven not super viable, but he might go for it anyway. We'll see if he gets a follow-up here. He is making a factory on a tech lab. And another factory here. So, Ketroc, his strategies are exciting and fun. Even if he can't do Mass Raven anymore, it's still a thing. Alright, so the Zealots decide to go across the map, recognizing there's not much here for the Terran player. If he's building a forward command center down here and upgrading it to a planetary. IMYURI is just getting a couple gateways and a shield battery and making some stalkers. And yeah, I mean, these are good things, but I'd like to see a couple of mortals be produced. A cyber core would be, and he does have a cyber core. Maybe like a robotics facility would be great here, maybe 2. So the Zealots can't get through here because repair is good. It's just like if Lings came up this ramp and tried to get through this wall, they can't. If there are SCVs willing to repair, it's just you can't do damage fast enough. And you can't hurt the SCVs because you're not ranged. So immediately, Cyclone on the way. Yep, Cyclone has been the follow-up for Ketroc for a while now. I think the last game that I cast of his involved a forward planetary fortress and some Cyclones too. So if IMYURI is at all familiar with Ketroc, he should know that Cyclones are probably on the way. Ooh, I love this high ground. I love this high ground stalker position from IMYURI. I mean, it's never killing this planetary fortress because there are SCVs here to repair it. Again, a lot of resources are being used for repair right now, but not anymore at the front, at least for Ketroc. As he's got a Cyclone, as he can shut down any number of Zealots that show up. Stalkers are more of a concern. Definitely more of a concern. Oh, and then he brought the barracks over to high ground spot for the planetary. Oh, Ketroc. Ketroc, you scamp. You scamp of a human being. I am so enjoying this game. Beautiful turret on the way in case DTs show up, I guess. I'm down with that. I don't think you have to worry about DTs, but there's a robotics facility. Again, Immortals make short work of planetaries. 2 or 3 Immortals. 2 with support of other units. I think 3 on their own should be able to handle it, especially if they have some shield batteries to fall back to from time to time. So more turrets coming up here. The contain is real. IMYURI's like, well, if you're not letting me expand, you're not expanding either. How's that sound? And Ketroc says, oh, I'm making tanks now, which is nice. So he's meching against Protoss. This wall is scary. It is scarily going to die right now. Look at this army for IMYURI is the scary thing. So 1 Stalker down. Another Stalker down to the Cyclones. SCV's in the mix. SCV's pretty good against Stalkers, not good against Zealots, but the Zealots aren't at the front. Oh no, the SCVs are doing great against these Stalkers, because there's no Zealots to help them. The Cyclone control has been pretty good here too. The lock-on versus the Stalkers is incredible. We got the tanks out now. SCVs are sacrificing their lives to make this happen. It's 18 workers remaining for Ketroc and 23 for IMYURI, which means that he's in a big problem spot here economically. He has 4 SCVs mining minerals right now. 4 at the moment. I mean, IMYURI is just pumping gateway units right now, but yeah, with 2 tanks at the top of this ramp, probably one of them is going to siege if I had to guess. 2 of them are going to siege and say, why don't you come up this ramp? And we'll see how you feel about that. The Adepts are getting into this mineral line. They finished the transfer. They're going after SCVs, and Ketroc is in a rough way right now. He is in a bad way. If you want to see games like this all the time, seriously, follow Ketroc on Twitch. He's out there a lot. He's a good dude. He's a fun streamer. He does weird stuff like this. If you want non-standard StarCraft 2 streaming, Ketroc is your best bet. I mean, maybe along with Florencio, but you already know about him probably. And Ketroc, too, you probably know about him, that he exists. So, I mean, it's 13 workers for Ketroc at the 7-minute mark, which is bad. Like, incredibly bad news. You really want more economy than that. Stalkers are like, all right, well, you've got some missile turrets up in random places. I'm going to murder all of them as long as I have something else to do here. I mean, there's nothing else to do, right? You can't kill this planetary. You can't get up this ramp. You can kill these missile turrets, though, and maybe that's part of the plan for Ketroc. He's like, hey, kill these turrets instead of killing other more useful things, or expanding, or making a big army, or making Immortals. Like, making Immortals would be a good idea. I love the Warp Prism, though. Where's the Warp Prism? There it is. Warp Prism sneaking up this way. You can get through the wall if you have a Warp Prism. Ketroc hasn't been making army, though. He has his 2 tanks. He's relying on those to stay alive. He's trying to get his SCV count back up. It is back up to 16 and now 17. But I don't know. He doesn't have the army to handle this. This might be a fairly short game, ladies and gentlemen, as IMYURI's expanding to the 6 o'clock position. And the tank Cyclone play here is going to have to be really great out of Ketroc. Like, disgustingly great out of Ketroc right now. I don't know if it's enough. These Stalkers just getting right on top of the tanks and murdering them. SCVs coming in preemptively to repair the Cyclone. And IMYURI's not going in. IMYURI, hold on a second. I think maybe if he had Blink. If he had Blink, it'd be better. He doesn't have Blink. He is getting up a Twilight Council, or a Twilight Council now. Where is that thing? Twilight Council on the way. So that's going to help him with the Blink upgrade, but more Cyclones out. Ketroc is the only person who consistently tries to mech against Protoss. I guess Ruff is another guy who consistently tries to mech against Protoss. It doesn't really work for anybody involved here, though. Does he have high-sec auto-tracking? He didn't get high-sec, because I think his engineering base still alive. I'm not sure why he's not getting high-sec. If you're making this many turrets and you have a planetary fortress out in this important place, getting range for that seems like it'd be a priority. But as it stands, no. Ketroc could probably stand to have a couple more factories here as he's starting to float some resources. His income is better. He's up to 24 workers now compared to 28 for the Protoss, but the Protoss is in 2 bases, and he is not. Cyclone's trying to do well against these Stalkers if they can. And again, with the range and with the lock-on, they're great in little spurts. Ooh, IMYURI is going for Dark Templar. Where's the Dark Shrine at? Oh, it's down here at the secret 6 o'clock base. I don't think Ketroc knows about.
Mineral field depleted.
Nope, he does not know about this base. So that's a nice little secret here for IMYURI. Ooh, nice force field, catching the wounded Cyclone and killing it fast. Cyclones are trying to kill as many Stalkers as they can. A couple more go down. These Cyclones are doing some work. 2 kills and 3 kills on them. I think all their kills are probably Stalkers at this point. So 2 basing Protoss versus a 1 basing Terran is not a great place to be for Ketroc. But again, playing non-standard, means good things happen to ya. Command center on the way now. Third command center, counting this planetary, which is hilarious. I mean, SCVs are like, is there I guess we could mine. Well, might as well mine some minerals while we're here. This army, though, army advantage, 31 to 24, which, I don't know, this is getting pretty good for Ketroc. Again, economy back up and running. I think IMYURI had a situation where he could probably have gotten in here and won, but he's playing cautious. He's out expanding his opponent, who is, as far as he knows, sitting on one base, which he is. Stalker here to say, hey, you can't take these minerals. These are my minerals. Get out of my neighborhood. DTs are on the way. I see you, DTs. Where are ya? Oh, Cyclones, though. So good. Ooh, lock on there. Goodbye. Warp Prism. That sucker's out. Observer moving out. Did I hear some DTs warping in? I did. So DTs are here, and all your missile turrets are dead, and you do have an orbital command, but not enough energy to scan. Not for another 8 energy or so. And I think this planetary fortress is going to die. Ketroc is trying to desperately build the missile turret, but it's not going to be enough. Absolutely beautiful play from IMYURI. I'm loving that. In the middle, we have engagements of Cyclones running for their lives. Good force field placement again. A couple Stalkers going down, but the Cyclones being cost efficient with their lock-on ability. Now, they did nerf the Cyclone a while ago, making it so you couldn't double pump them out of a factory if you reactored the factory, and that seems to have stopped the mass Cyclone strategy. But Ketroc says, I'm going to do what I want. Thank you for asking. IMYURI taking a third base at his natural, which just goes to show how crazy of a game this is. Observer says, do you have detection? The answer is not really. Saving up energy for a scan as necessary if these DTs decide to come on in here. The DTs can see that there's not any detection in the general vicinity of the natural base for Ketroc. He needs this base bad. He needs it super bad. He's basically mined out of his main, just like IMYURI is. Just a handful of mineral patches remaining. DTs swinging on in. You got one scan available. SCV's just getting one shot here. And try to get out of the circle of death, and all the DTs die. Okay, that was like 3 or 4 SCVs for all the Dark Templar. I don't think that was a good trade for IMYURI. Well played with the scan. Good job with the lock-on. The Mass Cyclone has a great range and hits pretty hard, even against units that are not armored, as Dark Templar are not. Expanding again, building a new command center inside his base. Is Ketroc loving this play from him after being on one base for so long. He's trying to make up for the fact that he hasn't been on a multiple base economy by getting a bunch of command centers up at once. The problem is, IMYURI happily sitting on 3 bases and 35 workers, and we're back down to 17 SCVs after that Dark Templar attack. So these are problems. Cyclones, however, moving around and really pretty good against most of the stuff we're seeing here out of IMYURI. Stalkers trade really poorly against Mass Cyclone. Charge lots are not a bad idea against them. Immortals are not a great idea against them either, though, because they're faster than Immortals and do bonus damage versus Immortals. So here we go. The Stalkers are like, hey, we're being healed by shield batteries. Yeah, you are, but the damage output of a Cyclone versus something that's armored is insane. Look at how fast this Nexus dies, and some of these probes. And the DT's hacking away, but the Nexus is dead, and the Cyclones get out of there because they're zippy fast. Blink Stalkers, though, pretty good, too. Once you get that lock on, you don't want to give it up. So, whoops. No, the force fields were not enough. Dark Templar's like, hey, get back here. You have wheels. That's not fair. And then the scan, and, ooh, did he get Blink? He got Blink. These are Blink DTs. What is happening? Oh, my gosh, this game is so good. This game is so fun. Okay. This might get an epic tag when all is said and done here. We're 13 minutes into this thing. Resources lost 7,000 for IMYURI and 4,000 for Ketroc. He's been pretty cost efficient. That said, economically, he's not quite in a good spot. Although, I don't know, wiping out that third Nexus probably brought him back even, so we'll call that good. Also, he's going to land his own base here. Look at the DTs being like, hey. Oh, hey, blinked inside the main. Taking tank fire, but getting rid of the missile turrets is always nice. Oh, why'd you go back in that? Oh, because the missile turret, no more detection. Okay. So the DCs are kind of hanging out up north here. They could probably get rid of that missile turret if they wanted, but trying to jump down and wipe out this missile turret at the third base, which is beautiful stuff. SCVs coming into death. SCVs in Deathville. Sounds like a movie, maybe. And there we go. Anytime there's a scan and the Cyclones are around, the DTs are going to die. So that's a lot of dead DTs, man. That is 7 Dark Templar down. That is like 125 gas, I think, for a DT. Or 1 DT. It's a lot of gas, man. It's a lot of problems for your economy to keep losing Dark Templar. But IMYURI has replaced his, whatever this base is at 6 o'clock, and he is taking his third base location for his fourth, which games like this are always confusing when it comes to naming bases by number. Does he have high-sec auto-tracking yet? I'm going to ask Ketroc why he doesn't like high-sec auto-tracking. He made enough planetary fortresses and turrets that I feel like an extra range on those units would be great. But I don't know if he feels like he can't afford it. He is fairly mineral-starved right now, but there have been times in the game he's had enough money for it. And just has specifically chosen not to do it. Again, maybe he's forgotten. But it feels like he should be aware it exists. He knows it exists. Is he thinking about it and then choosing not to do it is my question. So I might tweet at him or DM him or something and see what his thoughts are on that. My gosh, IMYURI is still just leaving bases entirely undefended. These Cyclones could wreck house for everything that IMYURI has over here. Might force a recall, to be honest. I like this army from IMYURI. Got a ton of sentries for force fields. Got stalkers. Got an immortal in the mix. And look at this. Defensive DTs trying to be in here, but as Nexus goes down, IMYURI take a tank fire as he wanders right up to where the tanks are firing from the high ground inside Ketroc's base. He needs to make a Raven. If you could just get a Raven to hang out with these Cyclones, I feel like it'd be a better position for him. Because they keep dying to DTs every time they stop and they attack a base. So, Observer in observation mode up here, checking and spotting these tanks so they can be fired on from the low ground. Oh, what a positioning here from Yuri. Ah, surprise! You didn't think there'd be army here, did you? The force field's catching 2 of the Cyclones so they can't retreat. Army supply 15 to 56 right now. 15 to 56 is a ridiculous discrepancy in army supply. Observer goes down to the missile turret built here by Ketroc. I think he knew the Observer was in fact there. And that's why he built the missile turret in that location. And now we're a little bit blind if you're IMYURI. Now, IMYURI, I honestly feel like could just kind of march in here and wipe out this planetary. He'd probably have to force field around the outside of the planetary so it can't be repaired because he doesn't have Storm. And he doesn't really have enough Immortals to burn this thing down before the SCVs can repair it. 2 is good. I think you probably want 3 there, though. Corvid Reactor on the way. Yes! We are getting Ravens. Okay. So Ketroc... Ketroc is not letting his fans down. He's not going an entire game without making any Ravens. And if he somehow could successfully transfer to a mass Raven strategy, I'd be so happy. I'd be really happy. So 3 Cyclones, not really enough to wipe out an entire base super fast. Oh, he did force a recall, though, in exchange for 1 Cyclone, and he killed a couple probes, too. The good news for Ketroc is he's up 52 to 41 workers. The bad news is that's a nice DT blink on top, and then a Stalker blink. It is a Blink-style army out of IMYURI here today. 6 to 57 army. 6 to 57 army right now. Ravens on the way. Is it a transition into Mass Raven? I don't know. Auto turrets are fantastic, but a smart player will not stay near the auto turrets if you don't have to. Right? If they don't have to, there's no reason to. I think jumping on top of this planetary fortress is not a bad idea. You're going to force Ketroc back down to a 1-base economy. And I'm not sure a 1-base economy is really going to be enough here to withstand. Again, a lot of Nexuses have died, but IMYURI's done a great job replacing them. He's 4-base in it right now. So wiping out this would mean it's a 1-base to a, well, technically 3-base because IMYURI's base is gone. His main is out. And it is mined out here of everything except for 200 minerals in 1 patch. This is what I'm talking about. Force fielding, Immortals attacking, DTs attacking, base down. That's huge. That's huge for IMYURI. 18 minutes in, feeling good. Feeling exceptionally good about his position, and he should be. His income right now, for some reason, is not actually substantially higher than Ketroc's. Just, I guess, it's not mules, but what are we looking at here? Why? Well, I guess his natural isn't really saturated, and just not fully saturated at any of his other races either. That might be part of it. But 1,400 to 1,500 minerals for IMYURI. The big problem is these mineral patches are getting mined out for Ketroc at his natural. And as a result, if he loses that, I don't know how he does this. But he's just pumping Ravens, man. Ravens and Widow Mines. 4 Ravens at a time, 3 Widow Mines at a time. This is what we saw in an epic Ketroc game versus... who was it? Was it Beyond? Can't remember the Protoss player's name, but it was one heck of a game versus Carriers. So auto turrets getting tossed down. Stalkers decide to engage with them instead of pulling the probes, which is fine. Right? And you can do that too. Pulling the probes smarter. Honestly, the Ravens are like, how do we get out of here? There are stalkers on both locations. I think they could probably get around this bottom side without dying. Hey, look! Stargate's on the way from IMYURI. Interesting stuff. By the way, somebody commented on one of my YouTube videos the other day that they wanted to see another Ketroc game. It had been a long time. And when I told them when it was coming up, they were super excited about it. So I don't remember what your name is, but I hope you're enjoying it. Ketroc fan, because, man, I love casting these so very, very much. Ketroc tried to land at Command Center south of his natural, and he's lucky there aren't more stalkers, because I feel like it would be dead if there were more stalkers here. No, disruptors. Adding disruptors. Auto turret attack at the natural base of IMYURI. The probes are going down. Some cannons are getting focused on too. Cannon survives, though, which is a problem. Auto turrets go down. How many probes have died in this game? 22 to 40 SCVs have gone down. Ketroc, again, has a better economy. That's going to help him immensely here. He's a little bit gas-starved, as he has been producing a lot of Ravens, which are really gas-intensive units. But he is transitioning into this mass Raven play. These Ravens trying to get stuff done. Auto turrets going down, but Phoenix came to flush them out. And the auto turrets are trying to kill something. They get a stalker, which is nice. And maybe they're going to get a probe. Not able to get a probe. Swinging back into the natural base, as it's pretty much a Phoenix transition now from IMYURI. I mean, this game has gone to weird places. Again, engaging with the auto turrets when they're not directly threatening anything else is a bad thing, IMYURI. But how often do you deal with a mass Raven strategy in StarCraft these days? There was a time it was more popular. We actually saw it in professional competition. Oh, some Ravens, bad flight path. They're all dead. Sentry Stalker attack is enough. But anymore, it's been such a long time since you would ever see anybody doing mass Raven except for one player, Ketroc, at this level of StarCraft. So I'm not sure IMYURI has really dealt with it. To be honest, he is making carriers. Look at this. Look at this. We're going carriers here. And again, it's just too much. The force fields are good. The 3 immortals are amazing against armored stuff, and planetaries are armored. And it goes down for the second time today. Try to get some revenge. Ketroc is going to the 6 o'clock position of the Protoss. A lot of probes going down as they try to evacuate here. Focusing down what exactly? Not really focusing anything. And as a result, not much dies. Dropping inside whatever base it is next at the 6 o'clock. I think officially this is the 3rd. Auto turrets going down against these interceptors. And again, the longer the game goes on, the less value carriers have. Just because you have to be constantly replacing the interceptors if they're dying like they are in these battles. This is a lot of auto turrets, man. Look at them dealing with these interceptors, picking them out of the sky. The DPS of auto turrets is no joke. It is not a joke. Another attempt at a base getting killed by DTs, largely. And most of IMYURI's army. This game is insanity. I don't know why I just heard a Dark Templar voice in my left ear. What was that? Okay. That was... It's not usually something we get unless we're on one player's perspective, so maybe my PC is haunted. I don't know. Observer says, okay, this time there's Widow Mines defending the 3rd base of Ketroc, so maybe watch out for that? Maybe watch out for the Widow Mines. 6 o'clock is a target for the Ravens. They decide, nah, there's no mining happening. And you know what? IMYURI's income, he has 0 minerals and 0 income. What the heck, IMYURI? He has no income. He has 0 workers. He has 25 minerals. What? What? Is he at a point where he can't make any more probes? Oh, he has 1. Here it is. Kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it, kill it. Kill the 1 probe, and that's it for the economy for the oh my gosh. 5 HP. Oh, there's another one here. There's another one here. Kill it. It's so important these probes die. There it is, there it is. There it is, there it is. That's the one. Nope, there's another one on the way. How does he have them queued up? He's got to have workers queued up. Okay, he's got workers queued up somewhere. Meanwhile, carriers engaging against missile turrets. Carriers engaging against stuff that can't shoot back at all. Carrier not a bad answer here. But killing these probes is paramount to Ketroc's winning this game. If he can do that, he can win a cost efficiency trade here against IMYURI. If IMYURI can't replace interceptors because he doesn't have the income for it, and he does not right now. Look at this probe over here. Oh my gosh. Production tab says interceptors. Hold on. Hold on. More probes going down. Okay, okay. No probes in production right now. This is the final probe of Yuri. This is it. This is the difference between him having income for the rest of the game and not having income for the rest of the game. The problem for Ketroc is he doesn't have any income either, except for this base in the bottom left that he's kind of ninja'd. It's 25 SCVs, though, for Ketroc. He just doesn't have the SCVs in the locations where they are needed to get income. I think they're all hiding out in the main base, mostly. There are some in the bottom left corner, but they're not actually mining at the moment. Where did that probe go? Probe here. Probe is hiding. Probe recognizes the importance that he holds to the Protoss Armada right now. And if he dies, that's it for IMYURI. This game is nuts. Ketroc only sends me the best games, you guys. I'm going to tell you right now. Ketroc only sends me the best games. So this probe sneaks in behind the Ravens. I don't know if IMYURI knew where the Ravens were, or if that was just luck. But he's going to start mining. Oh, this Raven's waiting. This Raven was waiting for this probe to come back. Does he know? He's going to try to kill these carriers with the auto turrets. Dude, IMYURI is not paying attention to this. He's going to lose his carriers. Oh my gosh, he lost 2 carriers very quickly. This probe needs to return enough minerals to make another probe at least. Ketroc's attention is really worried about this army right now. He doesn't recognize this one probe is mining down here, and it's all IMYURI has left in the world of economy. Anti-armor missile tossed down, auto turrets tossed down. Trying to use disruptor novas against the auto turrets. The Immortals are really good against them, but my gosh! And IMYURI calls the GG! His army gets wiped out by the auto turrets. The disruptors were not going to be enough. This one probe was probably not going to be enough. Is Ketroc still in the game? He is. He knew this one probe was not going to be enough to rebuild his entire army. At the end of the day, did he know this existed? He didn't know. I don't know if he knew. I don't know if he knew. I don't know if he knew. This game. Yeah, his game's getting an epic tag. I mean, if you saw Ketroc in the name and saw the epic next to it, you're probably not all that surprised. I imagine Ketroc is just, there you go, just sitting there in his chair being like, what? Yeah, exactly, man. What happened there? That's my question. What a match. Hit that like button if you enjoyed that match, because I enjoyed it immensely. Non-stop action, crazy shenanigans. And finally, the Mass Raven transition out of Ketroc that everybody wanted. And it worked. You got to be real careful with your carriers if you go carrier against Mass Raven, because you never know. You never know when those Ravens are going to show up and auto-turret them to death in a very short amount of time. Again, the counter to auto turrets is running from them. Nothing's really good at killing them fast. Immortals are pretty good, but they still hit you really hard in the meantime. 22,000 resources lost for IMYURI, 19,000 lost for Barcode. I feel like IMYURI could have done a better job with his economy, right? Could have done a better job tossing down more probes at these bases. He only, what did he have? 67 SCVs died. So he only made 67 SCVs on 4 bases, and he was losing SCVs pretty consistently throughout the match. And see how 91 were made by Ketroc, and he still had 19 at the end of the game. So he did a better job building SCVs. Even though he had fewer bases, just allowed him to do stuff like this and mine more quickly from the 3rd base when it wasn't dead, when it was most of the time completely dead. But yeah, IMYURI made some mistakes. Again, this is a Masters level game. This isn't pro. Ketroc isn't a pro either. He's a Masters level player who has a lot of fun with StarCraft and with Ravens and Planetary Fortresses and Mass Cyclone. And where else do you see this stuff beside Ketroc, honestly? So please, if you're still watching this and you're listening, check him out. I'm not kidding. Follow him on Twitch. There's actually a YouTube channel too. I think he has a YouTube channel. Everybody seems to have a YouTube channel. I'll hit you up with that too in the description. But for now, that's going to be it from me. So this has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void and an epic Ketroc match. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.